All right, guys, today has been a crazy day. Yesterday, even crazier. And it's all leading up to 5 p.m. That is 45 minutes from now. We will be locking the rosters for Season 2. You have to be in Season 2 in the Pro League to make it into the champ bracket over in Anaheim, where you can secure some serious prize money, as well as making sure that you're going into Season 3. There will be 12 teams in Season 2. 8 will move on to Anaheim. The bottom 4, they drop down and will play through the Season 3 play-in tournament. Top 4 in that play-in tournament will be invited to Season 3. Pretty epic stuff so far today. We talk with FaZe Black. It looks like Strictly Business is staying together just under a new name. They make the move over to the FaZe organization. Playing under FaZe Black is Saints, Sensor, and Dito from SB, and they picked up Formal from TK. That's official. The roster's been submitted. Granted, things could still change in the next 45 minutes, but as Sensor said, they're pretty happy with where they're at right now. Curse is making some moves. Parasite is no longer part of the Curse organization. He was picked up by FaZe Black, then went over to Envy to close out his evening. Right now, he's currently in the air. He's commuting, so will not be able to join us on the show, unfortunately, but I will make sure to have a follow-up conversation with him in a minute. But first, we got to bring on the GM of Curse Call of Duty. Please welcome, once again, it is Blevdog. Chris, this has probably been the most stressful month you've had in a while, my friend. How you feeling today?
Feeling pretty good, Puckett. How you doing? I've had less stressful months, that's for sure.
I feel for you. Of course, you are one of the many organizers, one of the many guys behind the scenes that we've been working with, trying to build this COD League and really trying to take COD eSports to the next level. So appreciate everything you've done in the last few months leading up to this point. Curse, now you guys came underneath a ruling from the league which decided that organizations could only have 2 teams to represent them in the league, so that we weren't too lopsided in any one team's favor. You had 3 squads, Curse Youth, Curse New York, Curse Las Vegas, had to make some moves. Talk to me, first of all, when you heard that news that you could only have 2 teams, what was your initial thought and what was the initial reaction to that?
You want my honest initial reaction?
Let's give the PG-13 version.
Yeah, I was upset. I felt like, we did what we were asked in the previous league, putting 3 teams in, 3 quality. Well, people would say quality teams. We had some issues with New York and Youth, but once I talked to Mike and Adam, and once they explained it, it made sense. We would have had 25% of the slots, the Curse organization. So it made sense that they'd want to limit the number of slots any organization could have.
So you went down to 2 teams here, and one of the first moves we saw was Parasite, who was one of the guys you first went after when Curse started really kind of gaining some momentum on the Call of Duty scene. And you announced that he is officially no longer part of the organization. Just a week ago, last Wednesday, we were announcing the trade between you and Justice, where Tipsy was going to come over to play with Parasite, and you were moving some of the guys from New York up to Las Vegas. What happened there? Can you give us any background, any details on that?
Yeah, so over the weekend, Chris was at PAX, and he heard different news and different things, and he decided that he was going to make demands of us on which players were going to be on the team. And he made demands, and he said that he had 2 guys, really good guys, that any manager would want. But then they had a demand that they bring another player. So I'd have to cut 3 players off of the teams, and guys have already made commitments to. Mm-hmm. And just to be honest, Chris is just never satisfied. And, I've said this before, and I came on here and said how I'm not going to say anything like that. He just, he's never satisfied. He thinks like he has to team with certain people, and, he feels like he needs to do what's best for him. And, at Curse, I've made a decision. We're going to look for guys that want to earn it, and they want to build something instead of just doing quick fixes. And Golden Boy had a great video where he talked about this, and he said, you can't just, you got to work to succeed. You can't just expect to throw God Squad together and they're automatically going to work, or they're automatically going to be the top. I mean, it works sometimes. Look at SB, but then as soon as everything was over, they all sketch. So,
and if you remember, SB, when these guys first formed, there was no hype about that team. No one was super excited. I mean, Saints was even picked up by Optic. I think it was a real surprise for everyone when he decided to go back to SB. So,
yeah, no, I mean, to leave out, I mean, he obviously had an inkling of how good those guys were to make that move back. I mean, but the bottom line is that for Curse, we made a decision. We're going to really invest in some guys. We have the team house, and I'm really looking for people that want to grow. They want to grow their brand. They want to grow in the sport. They want to, they want to take advantage of the opportunities we have to have. And so I'm pretty happy about the 2 rosters we have, even though no one's going to look at them and go, oh my God, this is like the 2 best rosters ever. I think we're going to surprise a lot of people with both these rosters.
Yeah, if SB was any indication of what could come out of just a team performing with pure chemistry, I think anyone can do it. I'm excited to hear about your rosters. We have a graphic ready for Curse Black. So you officially have names for these squads. Who's on Curse Black, Chris?
Yeah, so Curse Black was the former Curse New York. The captain is going to be Curse Tipsy. It's going to be Vaughn. And then he's going to be playing a support Slayer role. And then Mochilla is going to be our AR. And we got Burns Off. Good old Burns Off doing the OBJ, doing the hard work. And then we have Enable. He's just going to be a pure Slayer running around killing everything. And we really took a lot of time and effort to kind of figure out what these comps are going to be. And I think that's going to be a really good team comp.
I really like it as well. We've seen the slaying power from Mochila. We've seen what Enable can do. His accuracy is way up there. Tipsy, a great all-around player. And Burns Off, like you said, he's going to be running the OBJ. That was something I was a little bit concerned about when Parasite was on this team last Wednesday. This is basically the same exact lineup, except Parasite swapped out for Burns. So
yeah, you're right. When we swapped out Burns, we had a gaping hole on who was going to do OBJ because everybody knows Parasite's not going to do it. So, not to knock him, but it's just the way it is.
It's like a Dito role. It's just not how they play.
Right.
So with Burns on this team, what are your expectations coming out of the gate, and what have you told these guys? Because I know a lot of teams who don't see immediate success want to give up and just go somewhere else.
Yeah, I mean, we're looking to allow these guys the time to grow. I 100% expect these guys to be top 6 in the league. Just because of the pure slaying power, it's just going to be a matter of getting chemistry together and getting strats. And I think being in the team house, being able to play against Curse Orange every single day, both teams are going to get good fast. I really believe that.
So is this full lineup moving to Atlanta?
Both teams are moving to Atlanta, yes.
That's fantastic news. Well, we announced this first squad. Can you tell me who is on Curse Orange? I
can. So Curse Orange is the former Curse Youth. And they are going to be headed up by my man Blevdog. He's going to be captaining Curse Orange, and then and he's going to be our AR, and then running the OBJ for us is going to be Croster, and then Miyagi is just going to be our crazy run around the map, kill people, and then Attach running support Slayer, and that's what Miyagi's good at. So.
Yeah, this squad makes sense as well. Of course, this lineup last week was Blevdog, Croster playing with their teammate Sin, and then you had Burns as the fourth.
Yeah.
So now we got Miyagi and Attach. We don't even have photos of these guys because they weren't at the U.S. Championship. They're too young to compete there. But I'm excited to see what they can do. Blevdog's a relatively young man himself. Same thing with Croster, but the other two definitely under 18. Are they now 18 or older, Chris? Sorry about that.
Miyagi's 18, and then Attach will be 18 January 4th of next year.
Okay.
So Miyagi will graduate in June. He's going to move to the house, and then Attach has already gotten permission from his parents to stay the summer in the house, and then he'll obviously have to come back to California and go to school.
Right.
But then he will be able to compete. He should be able to compete in COD Champs or anything else. So.
Well, Burns was showing off your guys' internet speed there at the house. Everything is looking amazing. I'm really excited for you guys in the Curse lineups. Of course, this is now Curse Orange and Curse Black, the 2 official Curse lineups. Chris, thank you for coming on the show. Any final words before we move on to the next squad?
Yeah, I just want to say that the names might be placeholders, so don't go out getting crazy, doing edits and creating stuff.
No tattoos yet, guys.
No tattoos. We're still going through and trying to figure out what we want to do from a branding perspective. May do something with our sponsors, Energems and Cooler Master, and a couple of other sponsors. So we're still doing some investigation, but we wanted to put some placeholder names in there and really show that we're moving on from the old names and the old teams. So.
I like it. Fresh start there in Atlanta. You guys have the team house, 2 brand new squads, and Nable's going to be your best player. I'm telling you straight up. Look out for this kid. All right, thank you for coming on the show, Mr. Blevdog. Make sure you guys are following him on Twitter, CRS Blevdog. He is the man, one of the many faces behind the scenes in Call of Duty, making sure that all these organizations are playing by the rules, that the pros are treating each other properly, and helping us take esports to the next level. Appreciate all the work he puts in over there at Curse. We're going to commercial break. When we return, we have a few more teams to talk about. We have the official lineup sent in. So far, you've seen FaZe Black, you've seen Curse, and we talked about Optic Nation and what might happen with them. Justice is still the team on the bubble right now. They have 0 official players. No roster has been submitted yet. We'll see. Will they get a roster submitted by 5 p.m.? How will that affect everything else? All of this continues right here on the Esports Report when we return.